And welcome to March's Ignite Challenge. Now, up to this point, you've learned two different things every month that will help build you up to this point. You've learned the way to talk to yourself, because the way you are talking to yourself can really make a dramatic difference on your mindset and how you approach different challenges in your life. And then last month in February, what we learned is to watch your posture, to be more aware of the way you're standing, and to make sure that you are smiling, to make sure that you are actually looking people in the eye and challenging yourself to do that. And now this month, what I want you to do, what I think is extremely important, is to find those things that you're curious about, but in self-development. What is that, possibly that one thing you've always wanted to do? Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's rock climbing, maybe it's something just in self-development that has really been interested in you and you really thought you could never really do. This is the month to do that. This month, I want you to actually research that particular thing. And what I mean research is you can either listen to audiobooks, read actual books, or possibly even try to go out and experience that thing or watch YouTube videos on it. But what I want you to do is, try to do at least 4 to 5 different things over the next 4 weeks, and develop that base, right? That knowledge base about that thing you've always been curious about, because you realize that when you start going down this rabbit hole and actually following up with those things that you're curious about, it opens your world to new thoughts and ideas and perspective that can really dramatically change your life. And you didn't even think that was possible, but you were curious because it drew your interest and you wanted to try it out, but you don't know anything about it. So this month, I really want you to, again, research those things as much as possible, because you realize when you start diving deep, there's probably more there than you actually think there is. And I have noticed this every time I have looked at something specific that has drawn my interest. I dive into it deeply and realize that there's a lot more to it. And then that starts building motivation, right? To want to go do whatever that thing was that I was curious about. And so that's what I want you to do. Up to this point, you're building your confidence levels, right? Up to this point, that's what we are attempting to do. So I want you to continue what you've been doing in January and in February. Bring this into this month. All these things are going to essentially add on to one another, and then by the end of the year, you'll be a completely different person. But you have to dedicate yourself to these things. This month is dedicated to that one thing that you've been extremely curious about, and researching it deeply, getting a good solid baseline of it. That's not saying you need to be a master by the end of the month, but you should have a good idea. You should be able to essentially teach somebody by the end of the month what that thing was that you were interested in the beginning of the month. And then by coming at it with that approach, you have a good knowledge set to start working on it and into the future coming months, right? So that's what we want to do, is find that thing that we can start building off of, right? Because this is ultimately what we're aiming for, is to start creating something of our own, right? We have the mindset that we can do it. We've been working on our posture. We've been working on the being aware of our posture, so we can build that confidence up to this point to where we start getting the knowledge, and then we can start executing on it. So remember to continue doing this. Write down in the description below what it is that you are curious about, what it is that you are going to research this month, and I will put what I'm going to research this month down below. And until next time, I will see you guys later.